Hey, what's up guys, it's Kazoo here, and welcome to episode 25 of Skill into Glory. And before we do start off, I would like to mention that I actually started streaming for the first time like 2 days ago. And I know a lot of people in the comments ask me when I actually will start streaming. So yeah, if you're interested, then make sure to check out the link in the description down below to my Twitch channel. And be sure to follow me, as I probably will do another stream over the weekend and maybe a few more next week or so. So yeah, make sure to do that. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter, because that is where I will be announcing when I'm going to stream. So that is basically all I want to say. As you can see on your screen, we scored a pretty awesome goal with Musuku, which was actually his 5th goal, and is also very similar to the Robin van Persie flying Dutchman header he scored at the World Cup. So I was pretty happy when I scored that goal, and then straight from kickoff my opponent scored a ridiculous goal as well. But I think Gonzalez, his striker, just straight from kickoff runs into an open gap, just tries his shot, and just a ridiculous goal to make it 2-1 and give him a goal back. Then into the second half, we're going to run there with Lacazette. A lovely backheel pass to Benzema. A nice ball roll drag back. We chip it over back to Lacazette. We go for a volley. We hit the post. And then from the rebound, we do put it in nonetheless to make it 3-1 and give us a more comfortable lead. Then we move on in the 57th minute. It is once again Benzema on the ball. We go to fake shot. I went for a cross because we still need to complete that bicycle kick challenge. Then we have the ball with Gurkov. We cross it over to Santana, who goes with the bicycle kick. His goalkeeper saves it. And then we go with some sort of a volley with Benzema to actually make it 4-1. Could have been a really good opportunity to actually complete that challenge, but the goalkeeper was just in our way, which was a big shame. We got the goal nonetheless though with Benzema, but that wasn't really a bicycle kick. I think was more of a scissor kick. But anyway, we won that game. We move on in what will be the second game of this episode, and we come up against a Dutch team, under 21 team in the false 9 formation. And we start off there. It's my opponent on the ball with the pie. A few skill moves, passes over to Bazour and hits the crossbar. And like the first half especially, my opponent created a lot of chances, and he was very unlucky as well, because he hit the crossbar and the post like a lot of times, especially in the first half. Big chance there with Locadia. Then in the 40th minute, he plays a chip through ball to Locadia, goes 1-on-1, tries a near post shot and actually hits the crossbar. And I wasn't really too sure at the time if it was a goal or not, because it was actually really close, like going over the line. And you can see it as well from the replay, goal line technology right there. It actually said no goal. And you can see it right there as well. It was actually really close being a goal, but it was just not enough, like completely over the line. Then in the 45th minute, you don't believe it, we have the ball with Quaresma. We pull off a few skill moves, some step overs. We chip it over to Benzema, who goes with a cross body volley, and we actually do make it 1-0, completely against the balance of play. I think it was one of the first chances we actually had in that game, and we do make it 1-0 as well. Then 2 minutes into the second half, he makes it 1-1 with Davy Klaas pass across goal. Then we move on in the 90th minute. We have the ball with Lacazette again, trying to go for that bicycle kick. We went for a header, which his goalkeeper eventually saved. So we picked up a corner. We were in the 90th minute. We pass it offshore to Quaresma. Went for a body feint to a lovely scoop turn to beat one of his defenders. Then we cross it over to Sifty, who I decide to sub on. And guess what? He actually makes it 2-1 in the 90th minute. And you can see it from a replay. What the hell was his goalkeeper doing? Like, that's not even a save. He just turned around and did nothing really. So we ended up winning that game 2-1, and we scored in the 90th minute. Absolutely unbelievable. I think from stats wise, it was actually in our favor. I think we had 7 shots on target, but my opponent hit the bar twice. I think he also hit the post. Very unlucky game for him, but luckily enough, he actually won that game in the very end. So we move on in the third game. We came up against a team with not really full chemistry, but we get things started off with Benzema. A nice fake shot. We went for a long shot, and once again, just like in the previous episode, we put it into the top corner to make it 1-0. Then in the 15th minute, we picked up a free kick, and I figured I would try this. This is actually something new in FIFA 15. I haven't really seen a lot of people actually using it. You basically need to flick the right stick, then you can actually control a player, for example, that is in the box. Just stand behind the wall and maybe go for a bicycle kick that way. That is actually what I wanted to do, but we completely failed. Then he tried to go on the counter attack. We do intercept it, and we play a through ball there to Masuku. We cross it over, hoping for a bicycle kick, but once again we just couldn't pull it off. You can see from the replay as well that he actually turned his back to the goal, so I thought maybe he could pull off a bicycle kick, but he just didn't do it for some reason. I was actually holding LT as well. Then in the 26th minute, my opponent actually did the exact same thing, also decided to switch to a player and run inside the box, but you can see it right there, he was actually offside, so the goal that he actually scored didn't count. Then we move on into the second half. We have Masuku on the ball, a lovely in-air elastico. We cross it over to Benzema. Benzema, and we headed in to make it 3-0 and pretty much make it game over as well. And yeah, that is how the game ended. We won 3-0, as I said. We move on in what will be the final game of this episode, but before that we do apply a contact quickly to Quaresma as he was running out of them, and then we go into the next game where we actually come up against a pretty strong Serie A side with Palacio, Jovinko and also Carlos Tevez up front, and we get things started off in the second half actually with Lacazette on the ball. A few step overs, a few skill moves, then in the end we pass it over to Gurkov, who goes with a lovely barrel to a fancy passer out on the wing to Quaresma, where we cut inside with a fake shot. We cross it over there with the outside of his foot to Lacazette, and guess what? Once again we do score another flying Dutchman header, this time with Lacazette. I just absolutely love the animation, and yeah, just a fantastic goal in total. Might even save that one for a compilation in the future. I know it's a header, but I think it's a pretty unique way of scoring. But anyway, 62nd minute, my opponent also does get a goal, as you can see, with Jovinko, but he was offside, so also that goal didn't count, just like in the previous game. Then we're in the 67th minute, we have Quaresma on the ball, a nice little fancy pass to Gurkov. We pull off a few balls, a nice 1-2 pass with Benzema, where he gets it back, goes inside the box, and then my opponent goes with a random slide tackle, and he decides to foul me, so we do pick up a penalty. But before we even could have stepped up for the penalty, my opponent also decided to rage quit, so we ended up winning that game as well. Unfortunately, it was in the second half, so this game will obviously count. Then we move on to the skillers up, and as you can see right there, we currently have 5 goals with Masuku, which was actually the amount we actually had to score with him, and we also do have 4 games left, so hopefully in the remaining 4 games we can actually score that bicycle kick and finally move on to the next 5-star skiller, because it is actually so difficult to score a simple bicycle kick this year in FIFA 15. But anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, would be very much appreciated. If you can hit 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. Also remember to check out my Twitch channel, make sure to follow me on there, and also follow me on Twitter if you like to keep up to date with everything. So yeah, that's going to be the end. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.